me turn these on just so you can see. Just hanging out. I'm actually in the parking lot of a Walmart. And I'm gonna go get a haircut and a beard trim because I'm due. Walmart didn't have any of the stuff that I need. I want to get a mirror and put it right up here because I realized I don't have a mirror in this entire place. But they didn't have anything that I could really use for it, so I may have to go to Home Depot and do that. But the other thing I'm trying to find is Arm & Hammer makes like moisture control things for inside a fridge. Because that's the one thing that this fridge is kind of bad about, is getting damp on the inside. Other than that, yeah, just living the dream. We'll go get that taken care of and check out Carlsbad. The only thing that's been interesting so far is they have seagulls. I don't know why. Why are there seagulls? So, I don't know. So, we're gonna get moving. I'm gonna get a haircut and then work on getting to the RV place. I will check in with you once I am freshly shorn.
2 hours later.
Pretty good at that. I say that, and then the next thing I'm going to do is drop that damn bike off that thing. Alright. 2 hours later. I am all set up. I actually got laundry going. I just took a shower, so I'm not covered with hair anymore, so that feels pretty nice. I have a video uploading. This is the 360 video from Death Valley. And it's a huge file, but I've literally been trying to upload this thing since January 3rd, and it's now the 25th. I had it trying to upload for like 4 days straight in both Joshua Tree and in Bisbee, and it never worked. The furthest I think I got was 97% at one point, and then everything errored out, and I couldn't get it to continue the upload. I'll work on uploading this, go switch my laundry over, and I will talk to you when I'm probably on my way to the caverns to go walk around for a day. Yeah, that's where we're at right now, and I'm going to go back to doing chores. So I'll see you later. Alright, and microphone connected. Alright, cool. Why is it the moment you try and go anywhere, the entire world tries to message you or get a hold of you? Haven't had messages from anybody in probably 2 days. And then this morning, as I get ready to go to Carlsbad Caverns, I get messages from everybody. Alright, well, I'm not going to record long. It's not super warm today, which is why I'm all bundled up. I don't know if I got it or not. Can't see it. Yes, I did. Okay. So the last time I was here, I was 16. And my mom and I came out. Didn't bring my dad, didn't bring my sister. And we spent, I think, 3 days up here because we came in one day, rode the elevator down and walked around. We came in another day and we walked in through the natural entrance. And then one of those days, we did an off-trail tour with the rangers. And we had a blast. This place was great. The only negative to Carlsbad is that it's really kind of in the middle of nowhere. You know, we're at the bottom of New Mexico, top of Texas, and there's not a whole lot out here. Carlsbad Cavern is a series of limestone caves that formed when the inland sea out here drained, and a bunch of geological processes created a bunch of hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid and ate away the limestone. And so you have these big rooms. And Carlsbad Caverns is not the largest cave in the United States. That's Mammoth Cave out east. In terms of distance, Mammoth Cave is like 400 miles of caves. The biggest difference is Mammoth Cave is a series of small pathways. Carlsbad Caverns is the largest single cavern in the United States, and one of the largest in the world. It is 3/4 plus of a mile long. It's over 250 feet tall. It's massive, and so that's what makes it so unique. And I'm just gonna kind of film as much as I can, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how well the cameras will work once I am in the cave. The good thing is there are a lot of electric lights. They have a lot of the big features lit up. So hopefully the low light mode will work. Oh, motorcycle parking. Yes, please. Hell yes, thank you. Good morning. Assuming you want to see that.
Indeed. All right, come on up. I do have some basic rules to share.
Yep.
Wait for that gentleman as well.
Not bad.
All right. Okay, so you guys are about to commence on a 1.25 mile journey down 750 feet. Some of that is at a 20% decline. It is quite steep, considered strenuous. Not recommended for anyone with knee, hip, joint, or back issues. You guys both prepared for this?
Prepared.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you're in the cave, stay on that paved trail. Don't go wandering off. We don't want to lose anybody down there. Don't touch any of the rocks, walls, or formations. Our hands have oils on them. Will damage those formations and prevent them from growing. You are not allowed to bring any food or beverages of any kind except for just plain water. In other words, if it goes in your mouth and it is not water, it cannot go in the cave.
Not a problem.
You are allowed to use flashlights and flash photography, but please be aware of the people around you. Don't blind anybody down there. So, don't throw anything or anyone into our pits or pools, no matter how tempting that might be. And keep your voice down to a library whisper. It's a giant echo chamber down there. Normal speaking voice will travel over 1/4 mile.
Cool.
Ain't you
Yep.
dumb?
Nope.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
Perfect. Gave us in that direction. Enjoy.
Cool.
All right.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Not sure I'm going to extend this all that much. I have the, I've heard it called the Far Cry viewpoint, which is this little neck camera. So we're going to run these and see how we do. But welcome to Carlsbad Caverns. I'm just going to go down this way. Take a picture first. I remember when Mom and I came down here, it was busy. We were having to like wait in line, and they were doing timed releases. But it definitely seems like it's going to be a quiet walk, which is not cool because it's neat when you have stuff all kind of by yourself. I do have a charging pack if my cameras die. Yeah, we're going to go down 750 feet in the next mile, which is a pretty good descent. Hopefully my ankles and knees are going to be okay, but like I said, I've walked further for dumber things. And the funny part is it's going to be warmer in the cave than it is out here. It is a continuous 56 degrees and 100% humidity, or 90% humidity, at all times in the cave. So I will actually start warming up as I get down here. But yeah, it's just a tunnel. It just drops off. Yeah, lots of birds. Probably won't see any bats. There's a separate cave off to, I believe, the left as I get down here, where most of the bats live. They don't tend to go down into the deeper parts of the cave for obvious reasons. They have to find their way out. Let's just go ahead and go full length for a little while. And then if I need to, I can shorten it up. It doesn't get real tight in here. There's a few places where it gets pretty narrow. And then you open up into the big room, and it doesn't really matter. Hopefully these cameras are going to handle the darkness pretty well. And there are elevators that go from the visitor center straight down. I'll probably use those when I leave. But yeah, welcome to the darkness. We're going to condense this down. I really don't want to touch anything in here. The formations can be rather fragile. A lot of the formations are from calcium carbonate, which is essentially, calcium water, mineral water. And so most of them have the consistency of like sugar cubes. But yeah, hopefully you're able to see this okay. I have heard that the Osmo actions are at least really good. We'll find out if the Insta360 is. And I mean, like this is a big room. Just this is easily 50 feet wide. And 50 feet tall. Like it's a big tunnel. And it doesn't even begin to approach just how massive the big room is. So yeah, so down here straight ahead of me, basically, is quite literally the Bat Cave. They come flying out of there and up to the entrance up there. If I remember this right, when Mom and I came down here, we were literally like in stop and go walking traffic the entire way. When we were on the tour, they turned the lights off, and like, you can't even describe that darkness. It's like a physical thing. God, it's cool though. Oh, here's a pool. You're not gonna be able to see that probably, but and yeah, until we came along and lit it up, all of this was here, just in total darkness. I'm wearing my good hiking boots, because yeah, some of this gets steep and it can be wet. I really don't want to fall on my ass. Though if I do, it'll probably be pretty funny. Park Service did a really good job of kind of hiding a lot of the lights. So you just see the effect, you don't see the light. I really hope the cameras are picking this up, because it is truly gorgeous. Let's go and extend you out again. Oh man, it's cool. And it's actually getting quite pleasant. I'm not cold anymore. And you can feel the humidity. It's kind of amazing how much air movement you feel. The whale's mouth. Yep. It's just all formed from water. That's all that did this. I don't know if you can tell how big that is, but it just drops off. headlamp with me, but the goal is not to use it because you actually see more when you turn it off. The reason I didn't mount the 360 camera on my backpack is I knew it gets a little narrow in here like this. The last thing I wanted to do was scrape it against a wall. Half a mile to go. Here you can see all these little popcorn ceiling guys. Looks like cauliflower. I'm gonna sneak by you guys. Oh, that's a big room. Probably 100 feet tall, floor to ceiling. I remember we took all kinds of pictures in here. I don't think any of them turned out. But, you know, we were using film. Digital, you can do so much more with it. God, just look at these little stalagmites. Just so small. So if you don't know how to tell a difference, stalactites hold tight to the ceiling, and stalagmites are mighty columns coming up from the ground. That's the only way I've ever been able to remember it.
Thank you.
You're fine. And what's really crazy is you think that formed one drop at a time from the ceiling.
Let's go ahead and...
Yeah, it's alright. It's also the joy of having fast lenses, because they actually work.
You want to go ahead?
Might as well. You're not going to be able to see that on the cameras, but you can see through like little windows in the rock. Another couple 100 feet down to where the trail's going. There you can kind of see it. What you can't tell is how far away that is. Because it's easily several hundred feet. Iceberg rock, the largest piece of ceiling called breakdown to fall in Carlsbad Caverns. It weighs approximately 200,000 tons, and it's this entire rock in front of me. And this is just the top, like, edge of it. It goes all the way down into the room below, which you're not really going to be able to see. So for a little while, they were actually considering using Carlsbad Caverns as a fallout shelter, bomb shelter, you know, Cold War and all that stuff. And they tested it by having people down here looking at the water of what they call Green Lake, and they dropped a bomb or blew something up on the surface a mile or two away to see if any of the vibration reached it down here, and it didn't. But they never pursued that any further. Thank God. You see all these little gates. These are for trails that the rangers use for, you know, maintenance on the lights, for all of that stuff. The other thing they do is they actually do still have sponsored explorations. That's how they found more of the trails, or more of the caverns in, 2013, 2018, stuff like that. Obviously this part of it's pretty well explored, but when you get further in, there's some wild bits. There's at least 2 rooms that were discovered by floating a rope into an entrance in the roof and getting a rope around a rock or something and then climbing up into it. There's a cavern, I believe, in the main room called Balloon Cavern or Balloon Cave or something. That's how they got in there. Floating a balloon in there. So yeah, this is a staircase that they use to get around Iceberg Rock, which is basically this big thing right in front of me, until the mid-1950s. I get out here to the main room. There's actually a little like shop place down in here where I believe you can eat. I'll take a break, charge cameras. And then go walk the big room loop. Well, I think this is the... Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, big room, restroom, snack bar. Okay, so we're gonna go straight. I'm gonna come up here to the snack shop, take a pretty long break, turn the cameras off, and then I'll catch back up to you when I go walk around the big room.
30 minutes later.
We're gonna go walk around the big room. Yeah, I'm there. Not gonna do the natural entrance. I'm just gonna go around and bear right. Oh, that was a good little break. I needed that. Unfortunately, the snack bar is closed, so I won't be able to get anything to eat until I get out of here.
Yeah, they're protected. Most of them are cool.
Low bridge, and here's the big room. Or at least part of it. I'm not sure how well the cameras are showing it, but the ceiling's probably 100 feet tall. And you can barely see the far end. It doesn't matter how good your camera is, it ain't gonna do it justice. Guess I don't gotta worry about hitting the ceiling anymore. I really hope the 360 is working. Because it's freaking cool. Millions of these little formations. Every one of them is just a little different. The guy I was talking to back there said potentially the off-trail tours aren't being run until February, which would be too bad. I really want to do one. We have a stalactite and stalagmite that are about to make a column in about 300 more years. The lion's tail, that's why it's called that. Some of the stuff is so funny, it just looks like bacon. See this except on the camera, but that one is just inches from touching and making a column. Oh my God, it's beautiful. You could spend years down here and not see everything. So we're going to keep going to the right and just keep on going. But this is all one room. It's 4,000 feet long and over 200 feet tall in places. So some of these, you're not going to be able to see them on the cameras, but above me are caverns. You know, little hollow bits. And the only way they've been able to get into them is putting lines on balloons and floating them up there. Which there's actually a rope right here. See if I can get a picture of it, but yeah, in 1985 they used helium balloons to lift a climbing rope into the dome. And they snagged a stalagmite. In 2014 they climbed in an area above it that was called Halloween Hall because they found it on Halloween. I think I read online that the total space is in just the big room is 350,000 square feet. That'd be an interesting project. I wonder if anyone's ever tried to do photogrammetry, like a 3D scan of some of this. Bottomless pit.
I don't know if we're there yet.
Well, if you stepped off, you'd probably find out pretty quick.
Yeah, about 6, 7 feet. So. Listen for the third.
Well, one of these, I don't know where it is exactly, but they called it the bottomless pit because when they were dropping rocks down it, they couldn't hear it hit.
I think it's up around the
Probably, but it was because the dirt at the bottom was so soft, it wasn't hitting anything hard.
Huh.
But it was, you know, a good 100 feet.
Did you see that rope hanging over here?
Yeah. You see how they got that up there?
Helium balloon? Yeah.
And there's another one above that.
Yeah. Frickin' people.
Well, it makes you realize there's a hell of a lot more back here than even we know about.
Oh. That's what I was asking that lady at the ranger list. When did somebody find this? I know it's millions old.
Late 1800s, a guy owned property out here and found the entrance.
Yeah,
he named a bunch of this stuff. I mean, he got down in here a ways, which that had to be sketchy as hell. So yeah, oh god, I don't know if you can see that, but it just drops away. Oh god. The hard part being in here is there's really just no sense of scale. It's so big that you really don't even get the impression of how far stuff is. It just goes on forever. It's amazing. How's it going?
Sneak by you. Can I ask what is that? It's a 360 camera. Okay, so you get it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well it's gonna work in the dark, but it'll hopefully get something.
Is it recording our voices?
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter.
Okay. Can you sneak by?
So in the 1970s, they were thinking about blowing a hole in that wall to my right and allowing people to drive their cars directly in here. And they also didn't have the airlocks around the elevators until the 1970s, and so it dried the cave out quite badly. You do realize just how much everything echoes in here. I mean, you can hear people the entire way across the cavern. Really hope my cameras are working, because if they didn't, this is going to be a shame. I did adjust the camera settings, so I'm shooting 4K 30, so hopefully it'll do pretty good on low light, but we'll see, I guess. Here's hoping. And if it looks really grainy, I apologize, but I'm probably gonna have to crank the image settings to get anything that's usable. My God, it's amazing. And you realize that, there's all these little things in the ceiling and stuff. And, it keeps going. There's more caverns. I can see why they don't allow tripods and stuff in here, because you have hundreds of people setting up cameras to take long shots. It just wouldn't work. Thankfully, nobody even said a thing about the selfie stick. I think they understood that it was not to be set down. This is going to be another super long video, but I'm okay with that. Also been super impressed with the battery life on the cameras. The entire walk down only burned about 50%. The Rock of Ages. Because you can see all the different layers. Roca de la Eternidad. Way out there in the distance is the largest stalagmite. Then you get up here, and it's tiny. What I like that they've done is there's parts of the cave that are not as well lit as others, and so you're able to see it more of just the way it was. And then there's other areas where everything's really well lit up. Oh, that's cool. About 400,000 people visit the park every year, which is a fraction of what visit a lot of the other parks. You know, it's about 1,000 people a day on average. I mean, it gets busy in the summer, there's no doubt about that. But it's freaking cool. So much quieter than when my mom and I were here. I mean, I'm not kidding, there were always people. And this time I've been largely by myself. It's incredible. You can hear people. I can occasionally see them off in the distance, but alright, I think that's it. This has been your adventure in Carlsbad Caverns. I'm gonna go see if I can get a ticket for an off-trail tour, if they have them. And I will see you later. Alright, got an elevator all to myself. 7:15.
Attention, Carlsbad Caverns, National Park visitors. You signed up for the 12 o'clock Ranger Legend Found Tour. It is time to head down the elevators. Do not miss out on your program once again. You signed up for the Ranger Legend Found program at 12 o'clock. It's time to head down the elevators. Do not miss the tour. Thank you.
Oh, my ears popped.
Vestibule going down.